got hairy legs that turn, that.
Welcome to Certified Based, the common sense podcast where liberals crash out.
Hey.
Welcome back to Certified Base, the place where liberals crash out. Okay, this episode, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the best episode tech-wise, okay? We figured it out. I know last week we kind of had some echo in our clips, but now we got headphones again, okay?
They're back.
We got a headphone amp, and it's just beautiful now. We can hear each other. There's no delay. We can hear clips. Finally, the way it's supposed
Episode
to be.
5. Technically, we're supposed to quit after this one, so.
Yeah, but
no,
we're not.
But it's just getting better.
No, but how's your week been, man?
It's been good. I was out of town all week, on the road, living the nomad life. It was good though. The weather was fine. Can't complain. I mean, it's just it was a normal week. Preparing for a vacation coming up in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, wow, where are you going?
Going to South Padre
Wow.
Island, Texas. Yeah, got a little.
Is it just you and your fam, or are you going with
No, I'm going with a buddy. Going to a wedding.
Oh.
You know the wedding.
Okay.
A member from our church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm shooting that, so it's kind of a business, but also we're
okay.
gonna stay a little longer to enjoy it, and then same week, turning around, picking up the wife, and then we're going to Dallas for a concert. So
Nice. Who are you gonna go see?
Post Malone.
Again?
Yeah. It was Mother's Day coming up, and it's.
Yeah. Your wife loves Post Malone.
Yeah, and she's been killing it as a mother these I want to say these first 8 months, but it's been the whole pregnancy and everything, so she deserves something. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
That's
we're
good.
Yeah, and the baby's old enough to, eat on her own. She doesn't need to rely on mom so much, so
That's good.
take our first little couples vacation, which is important when you have a kid.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
What about you? How was your week?
Well, we had some tornado scares around our area yesterday, so
Yeah.
I was busy working on some content while watching Storm Chasers simultaneously. On my laptop, I had like 2 tabs pulled up, 2 different guys. I watched Max Velocity and Ryan Hall, so I'm like just watching what's going on, seeing if something's gonna happen. It's about a couple hours from where I live, so I was like, just keeping an eye out. My wife's deathly afraid of tornadoes, so it's just like, you just keep a lookout. I was like, yeah, whatever. We're not gonna get a tornado, I don't think. But I was like, it's cool that it's happening around the area, so I was just watching that.
I need to remember that YouTuber so I can watch.
Ryan Hall, Max Velocity. Those are the 2 guys I always
okay.
watch all the time. Okay. I like it because they're not like in the situation. They're meteorologists that are kind of watching from afar, but they also got those streams from the Storm Chasers, so they're analyzing what's happening in real time as well as the radar. So it's very, very informative and entertaining to watch, actually. So, and then this morning, I got to start my mornings better. So I've been trying to read my Bible every single morning. So this morning, I actually read this verse, which is very good, especially for what I do. Wanting to do in this content creation and podcasting is a verse in Jude, where pretty much it's verse 10. I'm going to paraphrase it, but pretty much what I got from that is that you need to know your facts before you give criticisms if you have any. And I think that's very important because a lot of people, especially in our culture, the verse pretty much says is that people will scoff at things they don't know about, and they will be like unthinking animals and just think like they literally just draw conclusions with their instincts, which is we see that a lot in our culture. So that kind of really stuck with me, and
That's
I was like,
good, yeah.
kind of need to carry that with me in every single episode that I do on here and everything that I do on my side content.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up because that was something I was dealing with or feeling convicted with and dealing with before starting and still sometimes now as we're actively doing the podcast, but feeling not worthy or not worthy, not I don't know. Just because they have the credentials to talk about it or
exactly.
But that's I was just worried I don't want to talk about something I don't know about and look stupid, but
that's why I always use ChatGPT to do my deep research for me to make sure. ChatGPT is not perfect, but I can at least gather facts and make conclusions, which,
Mhm.
we still make mistakes and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's important to have the facts down.
Yeah.
Unlike that lawyer that we reacted to last week that said Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3
Yeah.
people in the back, which is completely.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy. It just shows the ignorance that people have, like that guy right there.
That's good. Well, I'm glad that feeling is valid. It's scriptural. So
it's very scriptural. So I was
Okay.
like praying. I was like, God,
Good,
I was like,
yeah.
help me. Always remind me of that every time before I hit record on anything. So
Yeah.
and then my side channel, Based Rudy. If you have not checked that out, you can search up
Go
Based
check
Rudy
it out.
after watching this episode. But it's been gaining some traction, man. I pre-ordered a Nintendo Switch 2, and the madness was crazy. Websites are crashing like crazy. I don't know how I got one, but I somehow managed to get one. I actually managed to get 2. One for a friend of mine who is really wanting one. He just kind of passed over his money once I was able to secure it for him. But I made a video talking about my experience with it, and it kind of popped off a little bit. So, yeah, it's seen some growth.
Nice. But that's the best feeling. And it's all just consistency. Like you've been going for been a couple weeks now. Just keep going, and it'll get there.
30 subscribers in the last 28 days.
It'll get there. Just I need to send you. I have this document that I got. It's from Mr. Beast. It might help you with your journey. I'll send it. I'll try to find it.
Thanks.
He's like the YouTube freaking wizard. So, yeah, I think there's like some good information and like research that he's done, which is probably very valuable. So, try to find that.
He's like the YouTube guy now.
He's the guru, bro.
He's the guy.
The time and focus he puts into every like thumbnail, the title, it's beyond. Like I don't got the patience for that.
He's mastered he's mastered YouTube essentially,
and that's why he's so big. I mean, the work, the proof is in the pudding.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was gonna show Atrayo this because he's never heard this yet, but there's this song that's just stuck in my head all week long. Lava Chicken from the Minecraft movie. I know this is random, but I wanted Atrayo to hear it because Atrayo says that Minecraft is his childhood. He hasn't seen the movie yet, neither have I. But I really want to see the movie. But this is something that's been stuck in my head, and I'm sure all of you have heard of this song, or if not already heard it already, if you've seen the movie.
Let's do it.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken? I did, and you're about to find out. Uh-oh. You hear that? That's the sound of sizzling. Smell that smell. La 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 lava, chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack.
Of course, the chicken has to be boxy. So, thoughts on that?
It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now. Thanks.
It's a very catchy
good.
song.
It is. It's kind of like the same effect he had on Super Mario.
Yes, dude. Jack Black. I don't know. Jack Black is just. They just need to put him in every single video game adaptation.
I think that's the strategy.
Video game adaptation guy.
I'm just so hesitant. When I saw the first trailer of the Minecraft movie, I was doo-dooing on it. I just thought
me
it
too.
looked
I was
trash, and
I was like, this looks awful.
like what the possibilities they could have done with the whole Minecraft franchise could have been so much better. But I mean, if it's the only thing we got, I'm gonna watch it. It's Minecraft. You gotta. If y'all grew up in like the 2000s, it was like the late 2000s, 2010s, where Minecraft was at its peak. Oh my gosh, it was like the first battle royale. If y'all ever did Hunger Games, and like I was a super nerd, I got like Minecraft on a computer. I was like a snob trying to dunk on the peasants on consoles.
Did you ever play Minecraft on the school computer?
Oh yeah.
I know that was a thing too, bro. When I was in middle school,
Yeah.
we'd be in computer lab and kids would get in trouble.
Bro, yeah, my earliest memory is not my earliest, but I remember trying to stream on OBS. It was old OBS on this doo-doo computer, bro. I got for like $100. It
So
was
you tried. Let me guess. You tried to run Minecraft and
Yep,
OBS at the
it
same
did,
time.
yeah.
How did that go for you?
it was
Tell
like
me.
it was like 10 frames a second. I was so mad, like, because I couldn't get Minecraft to run good by itself, and then on top of adding OBS, I didn't know like the CPU was probably
Bro,
about to catch on fire.
I had the same experience one time when I was getting
Yeah.
into PC gaming. I knew nothing about PCs. And keep in mind, I was probably like already in high school. I was
Mhm.
dumb. I just knew consoles. And my mom gave me this really old Dell computer. I was like, "Yes, I have a computer." I tried to download
Yep.
Fallout 4.
Oh god.
And I did. I downloaded Fallout 4, not legally. And
Oh, okay.
whenever it tried to, the computer just like turned itself off. I was like, I was like, let's just play Fallout 4, and it just stopped working. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I've torn up some of my mom's little like cheap laptops. Man, I've tried to. Oh, my grandma. I put Minecraft on my grandma's old freaking computers. Man, I've torn up some computers trying to download Minecraft for free, the illegal ones, and yeah, man, bro.
Such a good
Oh,
game, man.
yeah.
It's been timeless, bro. And all these kids are like, Minecraft. I'm like, bro, you were not even a
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. It's still massive. It's still growing.
it's
It's big as
still-
it's ever been,
yeah.
probably.
Same thing with like Super Mario. Same thing with Mario. It's
Yeah.
the biggest it's ever been.
Mhm.
And that thing is since 1985. Like that was my parents' like first video game experience.
Bro,
was that.
That's legacy. That's leaving behind something that's gonna
Yeah.
be remembered.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, which I don't have a title for it yet at the time of recording this, but whatever the title will be. But obviously, we have some judges in our country that think that they don't interpret the law. They're activists, and they go as far as trying to harbor illegal immigrants. And you have idiots like this guy. Let me make sure I got the okay. Yeah, you have the right.
Check it out.
Look at that. So look at this tweet from Clown World, which I love Clown World because they just expose. They don't even have to do much. They just post other posts that
That's
other
all.
people
That's a
have.
lot of what the like
It's not
the
difficult.
conservative media is just posting like
Just
what the left
reposting,
is up to. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they get mad. They're like, we're literally just reposting what you said. It's the whole. It's this thing called face tattoo syndrome. You have a tattoo on your face that you want nobody to notice, but then when somebody calls it out, you get upset over it.
Mhm. And that's all. But that's what I like about X. Like sometimes I get like a post from the other side, like leftist, be on my feed sometimes, and I'm like, I'll watch it as long as I can without getting mad or be like before I crash out on just kidding. But yeah, but it's a good you know way to get information from both sides.
Yeah. But look at this tweet. This guy says, "I will help hide immigrants from Trump's illegal deportation process." Yeah, it's called illegal, whatever, buddy. Of them to prisons without due process. Who else is in? I'm not letting Nazi Germany repeat itself. Thoughts?
I mean, they're vastly different things. First of all, Nazi Germany and 2025 America.
Or sending illegals to internment camps.
Yeah.
Or sending criminals to internment camps.
Listen, I mean, it's not a good idea. I mean, you're doing something illegal, so like if you if you're posting this, don't be shocked whenever you got some ICE agents or somebody or the police come knocking on your door, questioning you. But I mean, I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's a smart thing to do. But I mean, yeah.
We have some more. Let's see. We have some more posts that I bookmarked talking about this. Oh yes, the judge that got arrested. Actually, the two judges, right? This is the guy from New Mexico right here.
Oh, is
Right?
it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, this is AI. This is not real, but it's funny the stuff they produce. And look, we have our other MS-13 judge right here from, I believe it was the state of Wisconsin. They're not worried about interpreting the law. They're worried about harboring illegal immigrants, people who have obviously people have died. You don't understand. People have died over this stuff. Women, minors have been raped and killed because of animals that are led into our country, and then you have idiots like these judges who want to harbor them and defend them. Like I don't understand how the level of stupidity that we've gotten to that we're defending these guys.
And I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he was talking about this is a whole thing on like the due process thing. Like, do they get due process if they're illegal? Like, should they get it? Like, is that a thing Americans should be about? Because I get like why they're so up in arms about the due process thing. Like, yeah, it would suck to come in or like, I don't know. That's just such a weird thing. Like,
Do you want to
do
know
you
part of my
get it?
opinion?
Yeah.
You want to know part of my opinion? No. The reason why I say no is, number one, you're illegal. You're not even supposed to be here. So you're not an American citizen. So therefore, you don't get to have benefit of having those rights because you're not an American citizen. If you are an American citizen, yeah, you do have rights. But I feel like if you're an illegal immigrant, no, you don't.
Yeah, that's where my logical brain goes to is if you're in here illegally already, I mean, and yeah, you kind of, because I feel like if we did that as Americans in any other country, we're getting
you're
like
getting
no
booted
ifs,
out of
ands, or
here.
buts. You're getting shipped back.
exactly.
Like, yeah,
Or you're going to be jailed there for a long time. You're
yeah,
not going to get to do anything. It's like, imagine if you just have some random person walk into your house. Are they just allowed to just go into your cabinets and start grabbing cups and helping themselves out in the fridge? Do they get to have those benefits?
yeah,
No. They're an uninvited guest.
yeah,
And even if you're a guest, like if we invite you in and you're on a visa, you're supposed to follow certain rules. You're supposed to, there's courtesy. Like when you're a guest in someone's house, do you just go in and start just grabbing stuff and start taking stuff out of their fridge?
yeah.
No. It's the same logic here. And obviously, look at this AI picture. That's the face of F around and find out. And she effed around and she found out. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. They also have another post that Atrayo sent me before we started. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
This is a guy in New Mexico who was arrested by the FBI, that other judge that I was telling you about, after they harbored a TDA gang member at their house, at this guy's at his residence. They're harboring a criminal, a judge. What? Like, are you serious right now? Like, is
That's
this
so
the level
dumb.
of stupidity that we have seriously reached? We got judges harboring criminals in their house?
Bro, I don't get it. Yeah, let's go through the slides. There's some more.
There's pictures of him being. Bro.
So is he a known? I'm assuming he's a known gang member. Because the other thing on this whole due process conversation is like, how can you tell that they're illegal, or how can you tell that they're a gang member? Like, the whole like besides like a tattoo argument, because like people get tattoos when they're young and they're dumb, and they change. So like, how can you tell? And like, you can't just be like going rounding up random people, because people are gonna get caught like the crossfire. The system isn't as effective as it could be. Like, how can you tell without due process? How can you tell who's the illegals and who's not? Like,
I think first of all, unfortunately, there will always be crossfire. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. Because if we were worried about crossfire the entire time, then just throw away the policies and don't have them at all. If we're worried about that, now I get the argument of like, oh well, they get tattoos and they're young and dumb. Okay, tell me what person is going to get an MS-13 tattoo and going to come over from another country and be changed. Tell me, what are the chances of that really happening?
I don't know. Probably pretty slim.
Probably 0.5% or less.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a crazy gang, as they say, and like, I mean, I can't imagine it's easy to get out of it.
That's like almost saying, "Oh yeah, I got a tattoo of the ISIS flag when I was young and dumb." Really? You're gonna get a tattoo of the ISIS flag while you're young and dumb? I would expect a young and dumb tattoo is like you had a crazy ex-girlfriend and you were stupid and you tattooed her name on your arm or something.
Yeah, but people get like coaxed into like crazy extremist groups and stuff. Like when you're like 18, your brain significantly like you develop as a person and like yeah, I'm not gonna identify with like. I mean, we're still pretty young, but like the things we did, like I feel like you can change from like, say you did that like 13 or 14, and you're like you grew up around that,
Yeah.
and then you migrate when you're like 30 or 40, you got a family, and you know you're gonna change. Your brain's gonna change. Like, but it's a tattoo. Like I feel like there's you know
Yeah,
change after.
I feel like there is a chance, and I feel like it's evident in that person's life. I feel like if you really wanted to investigate deep down that person's life, you could see if they changed or not. Are they married? Do they have a family built up? Do they have a good income? Do they have a house for themselves?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. If you really investigated a person, yeah, I feel like you could easily you could tell it when a person has changed. Like,
but then would you need due process for that? Like, but that's just a hard thing. It's a hard.
That's where that's where the due process for me. I stand by the logic of like you're illegal. You're not here. You're not supposed to be here. You don't get that luxury. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not an American citizen. You just don't get that luxury. If you were an American citizen, or maybe you had a visa, and even when if you have a visa, like I don't think it takes that long to figure out if you have a record or not. Like especially, if you're here illegal and if you're broken the law. I feel like I said, when they've been going through the mass deportations they've been doing, they've been rounding up all the guys that are like, oh, committed a crime, get out.
Yeah,
Get
the
them all out.
obvious ones.
Yeah.
I just hope there's a system that's fast and effective. But like, I hope they're just not picking up somebody that looks like it and then sending them over.
Yeah,
because like without the time to decide who they actually are. Like,
if there's going to be a process, it has to be incredibly quick. They
Yeah.
cannot be, all right, here's your court date 3 months from now. I'm like, no court date 3 months from now. We figure out, is he here? Is he supposed to be here? No. Okay. No. Okay. Is he committed a crime? Yes. Okay.
yeah,
Out. You're out immediately.
yeah.
There's no.
Dangerous.
We're not gonna wait several weeks to have your hearing. It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that, because then if you like the way, oh my gosh, that's that root beer coming up. I just burped. Excuse me. The way you had the Biden administration doing it is, that's how a bunch of people got in. A bunch of people would get in, they would get a court date, never show up.
Oh yeah. I would.
And then they're running out in the wild, and then they're doing all this stupid crap, like
Uh-huh.
committing all these heinous crimes. So that's the problem. That's the reason why there can't be a due process like that. There can't be, not with these kind of people, because we don't know who we're dealing with. And what sucks is that you may see people get caught in the crossfire. Where are the people that really want to,
like the innocent,
like the
like
people
the
that are innocent.
non-criminals
Yeah.
being sent to like the crazy, like CCOT. Like
Mhm.
there's a big thing going around of that, of somebody that's not gang related being sent there. Like
Yeah.
that can't happen. Like it's not a good look on the
No,
on Trump.
definitely
That's
not.
like,
Definitely not.
and
Definitely not.
I feel like if they're doing no due process, or they don't have an effective way to tell,
Yeah.
then that's gonna just crumble their whole whole thing.
And that's definitely a good point. There needs to be, if there's going to be some sort of process, it needs to be quick and effective. It cannot be we're waiting weeks.
Yeah. Or somebody's sent somewhere for weeks. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it can be dangerous on both sides, and
Mhm.
they just got to be sure. They got to do it right. Like,
Yeah, they gotta do it right. It sucks because, in a way, you can look at it this way. It's gotten so bad that all the people that they let in, they've ruined it. In a way, it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's gotten ruined. You can thank those people. You can thank Biden for ruining it and letting it get so bad. When things get so bad, you almost have to take more harsher measures, and it
yeah,
sucks.
that's true. Yeah.
You have to take the harsher measures because it got so bad. That's the
Yeah.
other thing, is that when
It's
something
unfortunate.
gets so bad, then you have to take more harsh measures to take control of it. Because, I mean, I understand why Trump and we saw that Trump and Bukele had partnered together. And Bukele was at the White House not too long ago, and they were talking about, I guess, some Congress people were going out to El Salvador to advocate for this guy to be released, who's number one an El Salvador citizen. So El Salvador can do as they please with that citizen because he's a citizen of that country, not a citizen of the United States. The United States has zero jurisdiction over that person because he's not a citizen of the United States. I don't know what's so hard for people to understand about that. But besides that fact is that I understand why Trump was taking those extreme measures to get rid of these illegal aliens that have committed crimes. Because look at like, what are you going to tell all those families that have lost their daughters over idiots like this, over these animals that are committing these crimes? Like, if I'm in their shoes, I'm like, yeah, get these people, get them the hell out of here. I want all of them gone. Mm-hmm. You're so fed up and fired up and pissed off about that you're like, no, we don't care. Get them all out.
And it seems like they sympathize with the criminals more than the victims.
Exactly. And this is why you get a overwhelming support for these extreme measures.
It just sounds so deliberate to just destroy the country and just valuing or letting out violent criminals, but then also, being on their side more than the victims, or giving them more rights than the victims.
Yeah.
It sounds.
And then that's why you get people that have, they are in favor of those mass deportations. You get that because it's gotten so bad.
Yeah. I think it's just a natural thing. Like, it was so extreme one way, and now it's just kind of just, it's a way of just balancing itself out. It's going to go extreme this way. It's just going to be,
So I have this clip from Fox that they're, obviously with the judges being arrested, everybody's freaking out and they're like, "Oh my God, it's the end of democracy." It's like, no, they're pretty much saying if you're gonna be dumb and harbor criminals either in your house or you're gonna protect them, you're breaking the law and you're gonna go to jail regardless of who you are. Nobody's above the law here. So.
Madam
What's
Atrayo,
happened to our judiciary is beyond me.
yeah, so when the American public hears this and they think these were once upstanding people in their communities and their professions, and they put it all on the line for this, I mean, have you dug into their motive? Like, what inspired them to carry out these acts and harbor criminals?
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe. I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. If you are harboring a fugitive, we don't care who you are. If you are helping hide one, if you are giving a TDA member guns, anyone who is illegally in this country, we will come after you and we will prosecute you. We will find you.
If I could
We will find you.
freaking Liam Neeson over here.
Yeah, I will find you.
I will kill you.
Thoughts
I mean, it's
on-
just a
thoughts
dumb.
on that clip.
It's just like a dumb thing to do. Like, I don't know. Like, the judge. Yeah, it's just dumb. Like, it's all right. So, the judge. The role of a judge. Like,
It's to interpret the law.
Yeah.
You're not an activist.
and maybe it's good. Like, it's kind of like natural selection. Dumb enough to do stupid. Like, maybe you shouldn't have been a judge in the first place. Like, whoever.
Maybe you atheists are onto something with natural selection. Maybe there's some truth to natural selection. You want to be dumb, like you want
That's
to
evident
play
right
stupid
there.
games. You're gonna win stupid
I
prizes.
think it's just
Like,
dumb. Yeah.
actions have consequences, and that's a consequence of harboring like a judge. Like, I don't understand. You're supposed to be like. I figured a judge would bring justice to those who need it, but instead you're doing the opposite. So instead of bringing justice to those families who have lost a loved one over these animals, you're protecting that criminal. Like, that just blows my mind. Like,
It just don't even feel real. It's like South Park, straight up. She looks like a South Park character too.
like, I literally just don't like. Whenever like I said, whenever I do my research and I think for myself, I always try to put myself in the shoes of the other side. Like, how could I defend this argument?
Yep.
If I was on the other side, how could I defend it? I'm like, the only way I could defend it is by making crap up.
or just arguing for your emotions, because like that's all I go to.
But
It's
I
like,
couldn't even argue with my emotions.
but no, but
I'd
like
feel stupid.
you feel bad for them,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you that there's that argument like
Yeah.
that they always go to, but like it's elite, like
I
yeah.
couldn't even do that. Like I honestly could
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
do that. I would feel
That's
dumb.
not your personality.
I would feel stupid. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like why? Like what? Like I could not bring myself to
In a-
defend it.
In a world of freaking consequences of law, like there's it's just not a smart thing to do. You're harboring a criminal. It's like it's obviously illegal.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
that's-
So, but obviously, yeah. Liberals are foaming at the mouth. They're like, yeah, a judge that broke the law. Keep that in mind. They
They
broke the law.
the law.
So you break the law.
And it's not even like a controversial law. It's just like
No, you're harboring a criminal.
it's like across the board.
It's
just-
not
It's a
difficult to
general.
understand.
It's not a political law.
No, it's not hard to understand. Like whatever. So Atrayo brought this up to me, especially with him having a 8-month-old baby. You're always worried about what they're eating, what they're putting in their food. And RFK has recently come out, and they're gonna ban some food dyes by the end of next year. I don't know why it's taking so long. That's one thing that to me is like, can we just like do an executive order and ban this crap immediately? Because I've seen some pictures. I wish I had some of these, but like you could even look it up. Fruit Loops here in America looks different than Fruit Loops from another country because of all the food dyes they put in there.
Yep. You could do a whole lot of examples. Even in the UK, there's one going viral. It was Fanta. It was like the basic orange Fanta here is, I think it's like a yellow or like it's not as like neon vibrant orange that we get here in the United States.
Yeah, it's more natural looking.
Yeah. Yeah. But it looks more like orange juice, not like freaking orange coolant or something.
I just don't like look. It's to look good. Like what? It's gonna go in my mouth. It's gonna be destroyed anyways.
Yeah, I mean, but it works like marketing aspect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're gonna want to gravitate to the bright, the Fruit Loops. If you get the bright colored Fruit Loops compared to this one, you want to go to the bright ones. You're not gonna want to eat the Canadian.
But people are killing themselves with it. Though.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, people don't know nowadays. Like, that's why RFK is so big, because he's gonna hopefully educate everybody, and the people that aren't locked into their ideologies are hopefully going to listen to him.
Well, I've seen some people, thankfully, like on TikTok and stuff and Instagram. Some people that don't agree with it, people that think for themselves are like, I don't agree with everything that RFK says, or I've never agreed with anything that RFK says, but this one thing, I'm like, I'm on board. It's something we can get on board.
I think this is something everybody should
and if you don't want, if you're just simply not on board, you just simply want to be against it because Trump appointed him. I have one thing to say to you. Yeah. You're honestly just stupid. Like, you're just stupid. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, this is something everybody should collectively agree on. Doesn't matter how much you hate Trump. Doesn't matter how much you love Trump, whether you're on the left or right. Everybody should agree that we should be holding the FDA and those companies accountable for the stuff that they put into food. If you just don't want to agree simply because he's a guy that was appointed by Trump, you're just you don't think for yourself. You're like that. Like what I talked about, what I read this morning in the Bible. You're just scoffing at something you're ignorant about, and you're thinking like an animal. You're not thinking at all. You're just going by your instincts. This is something that everybody should get behind. And I have this clip talking about it real quick, a little minute clip, so we can listen to this.
Let's go.
Give our thoughts.
Keeping his campaign promise to make America healthy again, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he wants food makers to stop using synthetic dyes made from petroleum to color what we eat and drink.
The problem is industry is making money on keeping us sick.
The FDA citing
that right there. That is the big one. America's one of the most unhealthiest countries in the world, which is crazy because we have one of the best we have the best doctors, we have the best medical equipment in the entire world. Like, people will fly into the United States to get treatment here, but yet we're one of the most sickest countries in the world. How does that even work with the obesity?
This is a crazy stat. We spend the most on like our medical system and everything. We spend the most, but we're still the sickest. It's like it just doesn't make sense.
How
Like some of these hospitals I went to, and like just in Lubbock, some of the hospitals, they look like college campuses. Like the amount of money that goes into these whole freaking campuses. Like some of the hospitals here in America are insane. They got a whole like restaurants and their whole economy in it. So like, but somehow we're still the bottom of the food of the freaking charts of the whole country. It's on their quality of food. It's all for the money.
New epidemic of childhood diabetes, obesity, and ADHD.
How does a child have diabetes? Explain that to me. How should a child have diabetes developing from eating habits? That should not even exist.
Too much sugar.
The FDA banned red dye number 3. The new ban targets 6 more synthetic dyes and 2 food colorings, common ingredients found in cereals, candies, cakes, and even medicine. The measure.
Why would you put it in medicine? It's just supposed to treat something, not treat something and then make something worse. What?
They're not in the treating business. They're in the money business. Once you understand that they're not in to heal you and make you better, they're just here to keep you as a patient and keep you coming back. No. It all makes sense.
No, that's why we need somebody like RFK. We need to like burn that stuff to the ground. Always don't want to make money. No.
Authorizes 4 new natural color additives and fast tracks the approval of others. A food dye trade group says in part color additives have been rigorously reviewed by global health authorities with no safety concerns. Despite common misconceptions, FD&C colors are approved and continue to be used worldwide. At Chew in Boston, food makers are already using pigments from cabbage, turmeric, and beets as food coloring.
Why is so much food in the American diet made with artificial colors and flavors?
In short, because they're easy, they're cheap.
CEO Adam Malonis says
and they make big pharma money.
Technology is available now, and there's no need for artificial colors.
So this is purple carrots and beet juice.
It can make food look the same as the red dye?
Yes, it can. With the right dilution, concentration, and intelligence, yes.
And is it much more expensive to use this?
No.
The ban calls for all synthetic dyes to be removed by the end of next year.
Good.
NBC News, New York.
I feel like it's too long, though. I don't know. Maybe it does take time.
You gotta think about the brands. They gotta figure it all out. Because if you can't just do these huge companies, you can't just do a huge thing like that.
Definitely. But I mean,
but at least they're like it's an act, like it's actually happening.
Yeah, I agree.
It's in motion.
And how much do you think about that? Like as a dad, like what food goes into your daughter's
all
body?
The time, bro, all the freaking time, and it's a scary thing. Like at first, it's so scary because, admittedly, I was on social media too much. I was scrolling, I was doom scrolling, and getting all this all the bad stories. Not really much of the good ones because that doesn't go viral on social media.
Yeah.
So it was just all this negative stuff and like, this is poison, this is poison, this is poison. I got overwhelmed at one point. But it's real. Like the stuff they're saying is real, and like I found some sources that are credible that I thought were good. And I was just at the store yesterday shopping for groceries, and I've changed this a new habit of mine. I'm sure you do it too. Just looking at the ingredient list and everything you grab, and like, just if the ingredient list is like a paragraph, it's probably not good for you. And I mean, there's all this and stuff, but just being hyper aware and like the consequences it can have, and like the guilt of you feel like if you give your child this and like if it affects them, like the guilt and the fear, it's so scary as a parent nowadays. Yeah. Even with the vaccines, like that's a whole nother discussion.
It's a whole nother rabbit hole for sure.
Yeah.
And like all these like synthetic colors and additives and stuff like that, like have related to causing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Like all this, all these stuff they put in food.
Yep. And like you see, I see it in my family a lot. Like, and I think it's just a lack of education and knowledge of what these chemicals can do. Because in my family, it's like, yeah, you at our parties you get all the sodas with all the dyes, all the sodas, all the candies, all the bad food, and it's just normal. Like that's what we eat. But then I look at my family and I see like health problems across the board, and like we wonder why we have so many health problems, and I believe it's the food we put in our body.
I have a lot of obesity in my family too. My parents have never been obese. Luckily, actually, it's crazy. They actually have taken care of themselves. And definitely,
Yeah, they're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm actually pretty much I've gone from morbid obesity to now being obese.
Hey,
According to the
you
charts.
getting there.
Now I'm trying to make
You made a
sure I
lot.
don't get down, trying to get out of the obesity
Yeah.
place. But I'm glad that I've gotten out of, like I said, morbid obesity. You know, definitely with losing 50 plus pounds. Still working on it. But man, like stuff like sugar is like another thing. Like the way they make sugar now, like the way it's processed and everything, like it's made, stuff like sugar is made to be addictive. Like whenever you get those little Debbie cakes at Walmart, those things are made to be addicted. You're not, they don't want you just eating one little Debbie cake. They want you eating 4 or 5
The whole
at a
box.
time.
Yeah.
And there's a little short clip another short clip that I have of RFK, the same little press conference, talking about how sugar is, he says sugar is poison, and I honestly agree with that statement. It really is. It's what's making our country so fat and so unhealthy. Like it, to me, doesn't make any sense. In America, we're supposed to have the world's best medicine, the world's best doctors, and best medical equipment, but yet we're the fattest country on planet Earth. So here's this clip.
There's things that we'll never be able to eliminate, like sugar. And sugar is poison. And Americans need to know that. It is poisoning us. It's giving us a diabetes crisis. When I was a kid, I always say this. A typical pediatrician would see 1 case of diabetes in his lifetime. Today, it's 1 out of every 3 kids who walks through his office door.
So I went from, doctors went from seeing 1 kid with diabetes in their lifetime to 1 in every 3. What?
That's insane.
That is crazy, dude.
Most recent study from NIH, 38% of American teens, half our adult population. This is existential. We are spending as much on mitochondrial disorders like diabetes as we spend on our military budget. We can't continue to exist like this.
And really, I think the ones to blame are the major corporations, big pharma, and like these advertising agencies, and because it's hard to blame like the individual unless you're educated, because nowadays it's all in our face. You go to the store, advertisement, it's everywhere. TV, you get ads in your face of the
And they
craziest
make it look
stuff.
so good.
Yeah, they did make it look amazing. Like, and by making it addictive, by adding the chemicals or however they process it, that makes your body crave it. Plus, you see it everywhere. It's in your face. It's like you can't get away from it. It's so blatantly in your face, or shoving it down your throat. And they don't educate anybody. Like they don't make exercising look attractive. They don't, because I mean it doesn't make money. It's all the money. It's all the money for these bad boys.
I actually want to, if you've never seen this is crazy. Like, the way food commercials are made is absolutely insane. Like, the way, like, man, so much psychological study goes into how food is marketed. And it's still tough for me, even though I've been on a weight loss journey. You see a freaking commercial of Pizza Hut, and they lift up the freaking pizza, and you see the cheese just oozing, and you're like, yes.
They know what they do.
I want to eat that now.
They've had like scientists, and I'm sure they've done studies on like how they can like optimize like to like get the right reaction to the audience. I'm sure they got it down to a science.
They want everybody going.
Mm-hmm. And then like I'm in convenience stores all the time, bro. It's freaking. There's just something y'all should look up. It's like look at all the stores and like who owns each company.
Sorry, this thing, I kept press pause and I kept pressing play.
Like look at what the company, like go into like your local Walmart or something and look at like what company owns each section. I think it's like 3 companies that are doing all all the companies and selling everything.
And they're all in bed with Big Pharma. Or
Uh-huh.
sometimes Big Pharma sometimes is intertwined with those companies somehow.
And they're intertwined with FDA. That's the scariest part.
Mhm.
The federal government, they're paying off agents. They're doing some crazy stuff to get drugs passed, to get food passed.
Keep
It's
everybody
sketchy.
fat. The more fat we keep people, the more money
Yep.
we get.
Look into it. These FDA agents going into these big pharmaceutical companies, making millions. Yeah, let's watch this.
Yeah, let's watch this. If you've never seen how food is made, like in a commercial, I mean, just goes to show you like the levels that they're going to make sure to get your brain to be like, yeah, give me that now.
Look so mouth-watering and perfect.
You're gonna get hungry watching
Cost
this.
Yes, I
hundreds
know.
of thousands of dollars. All so you'll buy more of these.
Visual engineer Steve DeRault shoots photos and videos for food and product-based commercials in New York City and around the world.
I bring technology and kind of traditional image making processes together in what I call visual engineering.
One piece of that technology, robots, or as they call them, motion controls. Steve's long list of clients include big brands like Hershey's, Budweiser, Pepsi, and Starbucks.
Side note: you can do some of these with AI now.
Oh yeah, you can.
Of course, making food look so good comes with a price. A single-day TV shoot can cost between $50,000 to $100,000.
Oh, that product they're
These
wasting.
food shoots that we create, we have a lot of moving parts. Basically, you'll have, let's say, one item that's moving, something else.
That doesn't look that good. It
that's
looks like
running
diarrhea to me.
thread,
That looks-
something else that is
I'm
gonna
not even
run
a
on.
sweets
We have
guy.
to use a lot of different technologies and synchronizing software to basically allow those things all to happen at the exact moment we need them to happen.
Reload it. Here we go. Still pretty low.
It also takes a symphony of people to make the products look the best they can be. Various stylists, engineers, and operators work together to create the perfect shot.
My name is Michelle Gann, and I am a food stylist.
And sometimes when it comes to food styling, which I'll pull up another short clip that I have after this because I thought this was going to talk a little bit more about what they use. But like they literally use glue, like with cheese.
Oh yeah.
Like to make it like that's not really how it looks like, but your brain's like, yes, that's exactly that's what's going through your mind while you're looking at it. And you're like, yes, I want that. Give me. Oh, look at that cheese oozing off. Yeah. So let's see what else to say.
I read over the recipes. I know what I'm going to be doing. So in the back of my head, I start thinking about like how I'd like to do it.
It's like a blow dry.
Once we get on set with the different props, what the art director wants could change. But I start trying to create the recipe in my head because I'm only making it for pretty much the first time on set. I made these brownies yesterday, just so we're not waiting on me making brownies, and to make them look like I just made them, just warmed up the chocolate with a heat gun, and I'm adding a little bit of melted chocolate to the cut side.
So here we've got our motorized slider, which is moving a pump that's going to have caramel on it that'll be pumping down onto our brownies. So in the end, we'll have the shot of this beautiful ribbon of caramel kind of draping and curling on top of the brownie.
There's a lot of trial and error.
Okay, and here we go. Yeah, nailed it.
Every precise moment captured is nailed down to the millisecond. This is the benefit to using robots. Human hands are also used on commercials when timing is not a crucial factor.
We put a lot of effort into these visuals. It's really cool to see your vision kind of come to life and be spread with the world. I think you have to have a really great understanding of what is appetizing. Everybody speaks the language of food.
And that's the key. They got to make everything look extremely, extremely appetizing so that whenever you watch a commercial, you're like, yeah. Give me that now.
From like a filmmaking like technical aspect, it's very genius. It's very genius. It's like it's a work of art, like those commercials and how much work goes into it. But again, it all comes down to money. Like they want to make it look delicious. They want to get sales, and they don't really care about what it does to you or how it makes you feel.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh
Dude. Look
yeah.
at this.
So you're talking about the glue.
We could just watch this portion real quick. And a screw inside the pizza. Glue. Glue with cheese. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Bro, it looks just like that's so smart. That is so smart.
Oh, it looks so good, bro.
Yeah.
Even me, I'm folding right now.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
like,
gonna
bro. I'm like, all right, we're gonna get off this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But they know it's all psychological and manipulation to get you to buy their products.
Yeah. And even as I've lost weight, like I've been trying to be more intentional about what am I putting in my body. What am I putting in my body? Because a lot of it's self-control. The reason why we're so obese is just we don't have self-control. We just like, how do I lose weight? How do I stop being so fat? Like, stop shoving stuff down your throat so much. Like, think a little more. I like how the theme of this episode's kind of been use your brain a little more. Think a little bit. Think critically about what you're doing. Think about what you're gonna eat. What does it have? How much should you eat of it? Like, just using your brain. Don't just be a mindless zombie. Yeah, and like I said, and these companies want to keep us fat because it's more money. Okay? So, all right. So there's this next thing I want to talk about. Atrayo has heard a little bit about it, but I kind of want to hear his reaction. So if you watch the podcast and you watch any sports or you watch any ESPN, we know some of the big analysts, some of the big sports commentators, guys like Stephen A. Smith, who really hates the Cowboys, rightfully so. Cowboys suck, even though I'm a Cowboys fan. I watched part of the draft. I didn't watch part of the draft, but I saw the 2 picks they did. I was like, cool, nobody cares. They're probably still going to suck, as they always do. But one of the biggest sports commentators of our lifetime, Shannon Sharpe. Yeah. If you have not heard what's happening with Shannon Sharpe, essentially, so he's 56 years old, and it's come out that he's been messing around with a 19-year-old.
Oh.
And she's suing him for $50 million. Oh,
my God.
Now, but here's the caveat to that. The 19-year-old has an OnlyFans.
Okay. She's an adult.
Just with that
consensual.
Just with that information, give me your thoughts.
What's the problem? Like, I mean, first was
abuse,
it consensual? What is she suing over?
Yeah, that it was that he eventually ended up sexually abusing her and all that stuff.
First instinct, this is my first instinct. 19 young, he's a successful man. You know, he's obviously a public figure.
And Shannon Sharpe has a ton of money.
Yeah.
He used to play in the he used to play in the NFL. And now he's been with CNN.
Successful
for a long time.
athlete, successful newscaster or sportscaster. I feel like it's like the whole Me Too thing. Like, you're just bringing up allegations or just trying to get fame and money. Kind of what happened with the UFC fighter Alex Pereira. She had a random girl come out and say that he sexually assaulted her, and it was all hoax. It was all lies. Yeah. That's what I think. Plus, she has OnlyFans, so it's like.
Yeah, like when you like she works in the adult film industry. You're like, you already live a promiscuous life. You already have their body counts, probably who knows how many, and now you want to go after a guy for sexual assault allegations. So number one, has a lot of money, and these situations always suck because you don't know if it really happened. You don't know if it did. Like it's hard to prove it. This is a lot of he said, she said, and draw your conclusions. And this is why me as a Christian man, because one thing that I've realized is that, and I don't know if you know this fun fact, but Shannon Sharpe has never been married. Shannon Sharpe does have children, but I don't think he's ever been married. So when you live a promiscuous life, in my eyes, the risks of this happening are much higher.
Yeah.
One thing that I've kind of been, and I was taught this when I was in college. I wanted to be a aspired to be a band director one day, but those aspirations, kind of left me. But as I was going through school, and how to be a teacher, one of the things that was told to me, and I kind of held this close to me, not just in wanting to be in the teaching field, but as well as being a Christian and being involved in church, is don't ever put yourself in a situation where people can start talking. Don't ever put yourself in situations with another female. I mean, even in Scripture, you had people like Joseph who was put in a situation of temptation. He ran. Literally, Scripture says, run away, run as far as you can away from the situations. Be as far as you possibly can from anybody talking or anybody being able to make anything up about this is for males specifically, for you as a male to be for somebody to make something up about you doing something to a female. Get yourself as far as you possibly can from that situation at all times.
Just don't put yourself in a dumb situation, in a questionable situation.
But he was messing around.
Yeah.
I guess he's messed around with a lot of women in his life. I guess he's never been married, does have children. It's sus.
What you're kind of saying, it just comes with the game. Live a promiscuous life, you're gonna. Get these problems. Yeah.
It goes back to the play stupid games.
Win stupid prizes.
Win stupid prizes. That goes back to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do have a clip. I guess this is Candace Owens. I guess he ended up leaving because he was with Undisputed. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. That show was pretty big for a lot of years on ESPN. Shannon Sharpe left. Obviously, him and Skip Bayless had a fallout. Shannon Sharpe went to, I think it was First Take, and then now he left willingly. I think they were going to fire him eventually, but he left willingly to try to kind of do some chaos control. But here's this Candace Owens clip here.
Let's check it
So it
out.
appears the truth is that Shannon Sharpe essentially quit before he was fired. He wanted to avoid people kind of laughing at him or saying he was fired, and also kind of have a little more control over his own destiny. But this was likely they were going to say to him, look, it's been too much. You were caught in the act on Instagram by accident. Now we've got these messages. We don't know how much more she has. We kind of want to save ourselves the embarrassment of any more things that are happening. Whether or not Sharpe returns to First Take in subsequent weeks is TBD, but also whether or not he returns at all is TBD.
So apparently there was some Instagram findings, some messages that got leaked out, and now it's made the situation for Shannon Sharpe very, very bad. Long story short.
Well, because he had another live Instagram leak or something. Wasn't that him?
I think so, something like that.
He went live while in the middle of a hookup.
Oh, and
I think that was him.
I did not know that. You went live in the middle. What?
I think that was him.
How do you do that on accident? That's my question.
That's what I'm thinking.
Why is your phone in your hand?
I'm thinking he's dabbling in that industry. He just needs to commit.
Oh, he wants to go to the adult industry.
That's what He's messing with these OnlyFans girl. He's I don't know how you accidentally go live on Instagram. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not.
So it's I don't know.
I would have I'm trying to put myself in this situation. I'm I couldn't think straight.
Maybe he's trying to record during it, but still. He's a
camera app, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know why you're on Instagram.
What?
Yeah, he's been up to a whole bunch of craziness right now. So
yeah,
he's just
going back again. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Wow, we have these two themes today in the podcast. Use your brain. Don't play stupid games. You won't win stupid prizes. And there's this other clip that I have, and I won't say anything about it, Troy. I want you to just listen because this you might have some thoughts. And going back to the, me saying that some of this is sus, and I have lots of questions about this.
Come on, bro. 100 times? You linked up with him 100 times, and you want us to believe majority of those times it was abuse? Come on, bro. Don't scroll. Reports are finding out that the OF shawty that is suing Shannon Sharpe for 50 mil, claiming essay and abuse, has linked up with him about 100 times and kept going back. What make it worse, all their link ups, they were doing what she was asking in those messages. all that crazy stuff. It makes sense now why the phone conversation mentioned choking. This man, y'all over 100 times? You could call out Shannon Sharpe for Shotty being 20 and the things they did. You feel me? But ain't no way anyone can sit here and actually believe this lawsuit. 100 times he moved, you moved after him to the same location to be around him. You want us to believe that 100 times that y'all linked up, every time you ain't want to or you felt unsafe, why you kept going back? 100 times? Come on, bro. I'm just here reporting the news. I don't have a leg in this race. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Shannon Sharpe, do better, bro. You rich. Do better, bro. Jesus Christ.
Freak the Gemini, breaking news. If what he was saying is true, like, I don't know where he's getting his information from, but if it's true, then it's just...
Do you see why I say this is sus?
It just seems like the story we've heard 100 times, yeah. Seems like the very similar, you know.
Do you feel like somebody would feel unsafe after being around the same person, especially that kind of act 100 times?
No. They probably had a decent relationship. They broke up. Someone got jealous. It went down, and then now
some sort of fallout happened.
Yeah.
At least from what I'm seeing right now, from what at least for the information that we have at the time, it's very sus to me, at least, because 100 times, like, and then all of a sudden you feel unsafe, and the dude, like I said, dude's loaded. Dude's got a lot of money.
Come on, bro. Be smarter with who you want to affiliate yourself with, and then, lady, just...
Like, if I'm putting myself in Shannon Sharpe's shoes, or even if I'm rich or whatever, you're living a promiscuous life. First of all, I think a promiscuous life is destructive. As you know, looking at it through a Christian lens, promiscuous life is destructive, and Satan will use the power of lust. It is powerful. Like, lust is incredibly powerful, and we've seen it time and time again from people who are not in church, from people who are in church. Satan uses lust as a way to destroy men's lives. Not just destroy, but decimate everything. Like you said, he has all the money in the world, but now that this has happened, I don't think none of it even matters. His reputation's absolutely just in the trash now.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't take care of that. You don't take care of that aspect, and you let lust run rampant in your life. Then you get yourself in these situations, unfortunately.
Yeah, the wages of sin is death, and that's the best way you can put it. I mean, you're playing this game, you're chasing. I mean, it doesn't even you just live in this promiscuous lifestyle. You're gonna have people, especially being a high profile person, it's gonna. I'm just not surprised by this stuff because we've seen it a million times. It's chasing something happens, You get these bad freaking scandals. It's like a formula. I don't know why so many people keep falling into it, but
yeah. So I mean,
it's deception in the game.
The only way
Satan plays. So.
The only way you get away from it is you have somebody you hold accountable. Obviously, being in time with the Lord is how you overcome that and how you keep that temptation away. And anytime you have that opportunity given to you, you just need to run as far as you possibly can. So another big thing that happened this week around Easter, I think it happened early morning of Easter, is death.
I think it was the morning after.
Morning after, yeah, morning after. Death of the Pope. Now you may be wondering, why are you talking about the Pope right now? Aren't you guys Christians, not Catholic? Yes, correct. But obviously we have seen a trend with the Catholic Church in the last several years, especially with Pope Francis, of it moving a lot more progressive. Especially, you guys know, we have base takes here, not just base takes, but Christian views. We know in the Bible clearly says homosexuality is a sin, which Pope Francis has clearly said, is one interview where he said, he's like, who am I to judge? Which he is. In that aspect, there is truth to that. Yes, you may say, who am I to judge? Am I supposed to go to me as a person? Am I supposed to go to a homosexual and beat them down with my words and saying, you're going to hell, you freaking sinner. You like men. You like having sex with men, and you're a man. Okay, obviously you do that. Can't do that as Christians. Wrong. But there is that line of like you have to proclaim the truth even if it hurts. Like, yes, like I'm saying right now. You were to ask me, is homosexuality a sin? Will you die and go to hell if you live that lifestyle? Yes, you will. There is a path out of that. Redemption through Jesus Christ, of course. But obviously we have, like Pope Francis, he's moved the church in a much more progressive direction, which I think is not good because we should not. God's ways are not ever going to change. God is not going to become progressive over time.
Man, why is the Pope still important nowadays? Like, what's the importance of having a Pope? Like, what do they even do?
Apparently, from what I heard, I did some research on it. Apparently, he's like a direct descendant of like Peter.
What? That's the lore. That's the Pope lore.
Essentially, kind of a little bit of the Pope lore connected to Peter.
But like, do they have like power? Are they like a
Yeah, they're
government?
pretty much like they're the bishop of the Catholic Church. Essentially, they're like the main guy.
Oh, okay.
He's like the main guy of the Catholic Church, essentially. So, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is,
I have no idea. I grew up Catholic, but that's as far as it goes.
As far as it goes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about the
Yeah.
Pope and how that stuff.
Well,
works.
the reason why I'm bringing up the Pope is because they're having, they want to see who is going to be the successor of the Pope. Who are they going to bring in? Is it going to be more progressive guy? Is it going to be more conservative guy?
Hopefully someone that's an actual like goes by the Bible. That'd be preferable.
Well, the reason why I bring this up is because I know people are going to be like, you're joking about who's going to be the successor. I mean, there's a little bit of humor in this, but the two guys that I've seen that are going to be that could be the successor is if we went by DEI standards, these two guys should get it. But the only reason why people wouldn't want them is because they have a more conservative view. And yes, those two ones that I'm talking about are black. So by DEI standards, I think they should be the Pope, but they probably won't be because they hold conservative views. So let's I think let's have a short little clip of who could possibly be.
Let's see. Let's dive into the Pope. Who is the next
About
Pope?
14 days after the death or resignation of a pope, a conclave is called. Okay, Jack,
R.I.P.
so who's next?
Well, there's about a dozen frontrunners, but I think that the main one at the moment, Pietro Parolin. Now, he's the Vatican's Secretary of State, and so he knows all the secrets for some significant amount of time, all the skeletons, and there's a reason that he's a frontrunner because he's considered to be a steady hand.
Pietro Parolin is Pope Francis's chief advisor, and he's been his emissary advocating for climate change mitigation around the world.
Why does a pope care about climate change? That's the honest question I have.
So he's acting like a politician. Is that what they do? They act like politicians.
I thought you were
They
supposed
campaign.
I thought you were supposed to be, like at least from a Christian standpoint, like some sort of like pastoral type of vibe or something. But you're worried about climate change. Interesting. Okay. All right.
It's already goes against Scripture.
Environment is an offense against God, a sin that is not only personal but also structural.
And there's also the Philippines Cardinal,
Hey.
Antonio.
This guy's
Tate.
also progressive, from
He's
what I've heard.
also fairly moderate.
Wrong. He's actually
Children,
not as, at least from what I've seen.
do you see in your parents? A gift or an ATM card? Parents, what do you see in your children? A gift or a burden?
We've got Cardinal Peter Erdo from Hungary. Now, he was a very close friend of Cardinal George Pell. He's very popular amongst all of the cardinals. And then you've got people like, will the church go and elect someone who's from the Congo?
Here's
President
DEI.
Mbongo is somebody he's the president of the African and Madagascar Symposium. So he has control or authority of a significant area of the world. But he's also quite politically outspoken, so I don't know whether.
Oh yeah, he's from the Congo.
He's from the Congo, and if you look at that section of that part of Africa, believe it or not, unlike Black Americans, actually, Africans that are across the other side of the world are a lot more conservative. A lot more conservative values. Homosexuality does not fly by in any parts of these countries. Countries like Uganda. I mean, the Ugandan president has made himself famous from multiple clips. And I actually have this clip. I'm going to finish this first. You might know what clip I'm about it. The notorious meme. But
they are. Yeah, there's because we've had people that come. They go to the college here, but some come from those African countries, and I've had conversations with multiple of them.
Yeah, we should bring him on here.
Yeah,
man.
I forgot what country it is.
We should bring those guys out here.
Do you
I'd
know
like to
what
have this
country? Do you know where
conversation.
they're from?
I don't know.
I forget. I should know. I'm a bad friend, but they're very conservative, and like their values are like very traditional, and like they're telling me all about it, and like the traditions here, and like it's so very different.
Yo, we should plan something. Like that. We should get him on here
It would be great.
I thought about that recently, especially with the Pope thing. Why, like you said, why do Africans not from America, why do they hold more conservative values? And then a lot of the times they tend to not like Black Americans. They don't like them. They don't like how they act.
Yeah, it's just a cultural thing.
Yeah, I'd want to see that perspective. Yeah. Maybe we should plan.
Yeah, it's good. It's like, I was talking to them. It was night and day on how like their values compare to ours, and just the men's role and how the men act and how we're supposed to act. It's great, and I think it's a lot of what America needs.
Exactly.
So that would be good. It'd be a good conversation.
Let's see. Let's see what the rest of this clip says.
Okay.
Turn to him, and then Robert Sara of Guinea. He's also very conservative.
Cardinal Sara.
You hear how they say that? They're like, it hurts them to say that. They don't.
He's conservative.
You just automatically already see they don't like him simply because of that fact.
Sara has railed against gender ideology, abortion, and euthanasia.
Oh, he's a Nazi?
Oh, he's a white supremacist. Don't forget that. He's black, but he's a white supremacist.
The face of white supremacy, right there.
You can't have a black person and they be conservative, according to white Karens in America.
We pass laws to strike an innocent child in the womb. What is there to stop man?
Based.
Taking the
Yeah,
life
he's probably the most
of
based
someone considered
Pope
to
candidate.
be an enemy.
Fellow based brother.
And so if the church was to go swing from the left to the right in a quite a violent way, he might also be a consideration.
I mean, with the trend that we're seeing in the world of this whole...
Let's say you want to...
whoops, sorry.
Nice.
Oh, how to become a pope. Wow, that's an
let's watch
interesting
it.
video.
I want to become a pope.
You have to do that for a reaction. Or
Bro, it
something
just seems like all political and just nonsense. Like that whole statement from hope the church shift from left to right. Like the church should not be like if
no,
it's an
the
actual
church should not
godly
be
church.
shifting. You should be using the Bible, which clearly the very last candidate that we saw to be pope seems like he's actually a guy that actually follows scripture, and he's the most radical. You mean he just follows the Bible? Is that what you're?
He's the most Christian.
Like he actually follows what the scripture says. Like, and we live in a culture in a day and age, which obviously the Bible says is, we'll in the last days we'll live in this time where, it'll
be the days of Noah. That's what it says.
Yeah, that
It'll
people
be like the days of Noah.
People will look at when you actually follow Christianity, like biblical Christianity will be seen as radical.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it right now. Like the church shift him left to right. What the hell is that?
No, it
what?
shouldn't be shifting.
No, there's no shifting.
It should be aligned with God. That's
you're not grounded as the church should be grounded, and it should never move, and it should be grounded in the principles of the Bible and the principles that were given to us long ago. There's no shift. There should never be no shift. And if there is a shift, then there's something incredibly wrong with what's going on.
I've noticed a lot, like all the Catholics and hard Catholics, they all lean a certain direction, like, and that's like what the same direction that the Catholic Church leans. It's like
honestly, I feel like
they're following more of a church than God himself.
Exactly, they're following more of a person.
Yeah,
like, aka the Pope.
I've seen my family crashing out about the Pope stuff too. I'm just like, please open your eyes, like it's.
Yeah.
'Cause you're all just caught up in this political nonsense and like just deception. It's just no. It's not the way. Why are you gay?
Oh, speaking of that, thank you for bringing that up before I forgot. Can you imagine if we did end up having
This is the new pope.
a black pope? This is going to be the one of the black popes if
This
they get elected.
This would be the first time I pay attention to the pope.
We're going to get a clip like this in the next couple of years of the pope during a sermon.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming.
Julian Onzima.
Good morning. Why are you gay?
You are gay.
You are gay. You are a transgender.
Transgender.
You are a transgender.
Transgender.
Why are you gay? Are you transgender?
We need a pope like that.
We do need a pope like, bro. That'd be.
I'll
bro.
rally around a
We're-
why are you gay pope.
We're about to start farming. We thought farming content from Trump was good. We're gonna start farming content from the new pope.
The based pope.
The based pope.
Well, we gotta interview him.
He's gonna be
the based pope.
He's gonna be giving a sermon. He's like, stop being transgender. Stop being gay. You need to turn to Jesus and stop being gay.
Oh, bro.
Oh my gosh, I could already imagine. It'd be so funny to
Bro, the
witness.
Catholics are crashing out right now.
Oh, they are.
Sorry.
If you're Catholic and you're
We
watching
love
this
you.
episode, you're punching the air right now.
Mhm.
You are legit punching the air right now. But thank you guys so much for those of you that have been watching the first 5 episodes. I know that we had our other show. We've rebranded.
Yeah.
But if you subscribed, if you liked, if you shared, thank you so much. If you guys could keep that up, that'd be awesome.
We're not stopping here at number 5.
Nope.
We're continuing going. It's
Or
just
number
getting good.
16. Or number 16.
No,
or we're going to go
going
past.
and going.
Much farther
Just-
past.
If you're watching, keep watching and sharing with your friends. We'll be here talking. You enjoy us.
And guess what? The more y'all do it, who knows? Maybe this could blow up, and this could be an everyday thing. This could be This could be your daily show.
You gotta have to share it if
it's,
you.
It's something that Atrayo and I would really desire to do one day. And if you guys could share it, like it, support it, this could be a daily show.
Yeah.
I would really like to do it daily.
That
It
would be
fun.
nice, full time, but you gotta share with your friends.
Yeah, you gotta share with your friends. Follow us on Instagram at Based Certified.
Yep.
Based Certified. On YouTube, you just search up Certified Based. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, search up Certified Based. If you are interested in seeing any other more side content, any more side commentary like the way you heard on this one, I do have my side channel, Based Rudy. Search up Based Rudy on YouTube.
I got one coming. I just trying to figure out what I want to make, but yeah, I have a YouTube channel, but it's just my name. But I'm working on content.
Yeah. So once you start getting your content up, we're gonna throw the plug and you start supporting Atrayo side stuff too.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, so guys. If you guys made it to the end of the podcast, you guys are awesome. You guys will definitely.
Thank you.
You guys will definitely. We'll look back at you in the next few years and be like, you guys were the OGs. So
Kiss you on the forehead.
all right, this was Certified Base, the place where liberals crash out.
Bye bye.